Alrighty, couple of things to go through. No, we're not talking. Don't start talking now. Alright, I got a couple of these zombie handouts from you guys. Please, if you have your zombie handout, get it out and pass it forward. Pass it to the group in front of you. Who has the question?
You got that one wrong.
If I don't get your zombie handout right now, I'm not grading it. Turn it in, get it out, turn it in.
I might as well not turn it in.
Wait, is your name on it? Make sure you've done it.
Yo, happy birthday.
Put another eye. Oh no, we did not. I didn't say that. I'm sorry, I'm like here. Did you do it?
You cannot see that word. I am that word. I like it. On the dude.
Why do you have storylines going through the same group?
I am that word. I can't say that word.
I'd rather do
Let's get into this. So, on Friday, if you were not here, we did an assignment on big ideas math. So that would be your makeup work. And the topic is writing equations. So we're still working on slope-intercept form. Alright, so remember that in the M spot is your rise over run. And in the B spot is your y-intercept, which means you have a 0, y value. And your rise over run, that's called slope. So our whole goal in chapter 4.1 is to just write equations. So it's as simple as finding slope and finding intercept. Finding slope, finding intercept. Now on Friday, we had to write equations. We started with a word problem about cell phones and landlines. And we found the slope and the intercept. And then we had some pictures. We counted slope from an intercept. And then we had tables. And that was the most difficult one. So this is the table. This is the most difficult information to write an equation from. Have you found the slope yet? All right. So all we know is these 3 points: 3,9, 624, and 939. Okay, we we talked about slope in several ways. We know it's rise over run. So if you have a picture, you can count rise over run. Another way of writing rise over run is to say change in y values divided by change in x values, because y would be a rise and run would be an x. So let's look at how our x's and y's change in this table. The x is going plus 3, and the y is going plus 15 and plus 15. So if I want to look at the slope as change in y over change in x, Abby, what's the change in y? Look at it, because you were talking when I was saying plus 15. Look, it's going up 15, up 15. So simple, right? So the change in y is 15. And Karma, what's the change in x? 3. What's the slope? It's 5. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So this equation is y equals 5x plus b. No, we need a number for the b. Alright. Stop you talking. Hayden, is it about this problem? Okay, now you're not. Please stop. Go to my mirror and I'll make noises. Okay. So I'm really happy I found the slope. Nathan Fowler, do you have any ideas about how we can figure out the b value? You can. Is it possible what? There's definitely a 0 involved in the b value. We're looking for a y-intercept. A y-intercept is always 0 for x, something for y. So what I suggest we do is look at the graph is a great idea, whoever said that. Also, could follow the pattern backwards to find the intercept. So let's say, I hope it works. We have 3, 9, 6, 24, 9, 39. Don't come in here talking, please. All right, what do we think this point would be if we follow this pattern? -3.
I think it's 0.
I think it's 0.
Actually, no, I think it's negative.
0 plus 3 is 3. So yeah, and this one would be -3. Could you guys go again? What would another one be? -6. -6 and then -9 and then -5. You got it all. Can anybody tell me what this number is?
Oh, that's like oh, that's -6.
Can anybody tell me what this one would be? -24.
-21.
-21. All right. So guys, I extended this graph 2 points. Soraya, which one of these points that I extended is the y-intercept? Because you're talking. James, turn around. Face forward, feet forward.
Something is 0.
Yes, this is our b. Anytime you see a number paired with 0, you have a y-intercept. b equals -6. So here's the answer to number 1, y equals pi x minus 6. Alright, so we're going to build on this today. It's going to be even more difficult. Okay? This was how we left off Friday. Writing equations for tables. Today is going to be the most difficult skill in 4.1. We're going to have to write equations only given 2 points. So we're going to need slope formula. Let's write it down. Y2 minus Y1, X2 minus X1. That's going to be very important in today's work. There's your answers for both. Right? Who's pretty confident if I gave you this table or something similar with a constant pattern up top and a constant pattern down below, that you could write the equation on a test?
Oh no.
What do you think I was asking when I said who's pretty confident? You just put your hand up.
I didn't know you were about to
Who's confident that if I gave another question, they could do it, this process, now that I've walked you through it? All right. 60% is what I look for. That looks like 60%. So good job. 60% pass rate for freshmen on the EOC is above state average. Okay, 40% of freshmen who, Riley, you're not talking. 40% of freshmen who take this exam do not pass it. Okay. So let's work at it, you guys. In this class, I expect much higher than that. This is an honors class. I expect all of you to pass it. But if you want to chat and talk and leave every day to go to the bathroom and not try a problem and just make jokes, it's not going to be you. Let's focus. Okay. All right, guys. So wherever you do your homework, right below it, this is what you're writing. Chapter 4.1, writing slope intercept form. Don't write this. Begin writing where this pink arrow is. Writing an equation for function notation. This is the most difficult skill in this section. Yes. No, you're out. You're out of it. But if you're in like H general paper and you pass H general paper, you can stay in the ACE program for English and not math. Okay. So some of you might be in like AP Human Geo. Some of you might be in H general paper. This for some of you, this might be your only pre-ACE class. Stay in this pre-ACE class. This is your honors class. Jaden. When I put the test in, I'm gonna put the extra credit in at the same time. I take a week, so maybe Thursday, hopefully Thursday. Yeah. But actually, to be honest with you, I have been moved into my planning period. I am teaching a class, so that extends the time I have to get grades done. As far as the work week goes. Ariana? I've been talking about it this whole time. Writing equations. Oh no, it's an assignment, big ideas math. All right. So, function notation means we're using f of x. All right. So the last thing we did was a nice table, really nice table. All right. So here's an example. It just says write an equation, and they give you this: f of 0 equals 10, and they give you this: f of 6 equals 34. And this is the kind of thing that if a teacher isn't telling you what these symbols mean, it's kind of difficult to guess it. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, these are just ordered pairs. I would write that blue highlight. I would write everything in blue highlight. Write everything in blue highlight. Step 1, you're going to write that notation as 2 ordered pairs. Now, typically, there's an x in the parentheses, so that means this 0 is the x value, and the result is the y value. The 6 is the x value, the result is the y value. So these are just ordered pairs. 0, comma 10, 6, comma 34. I'll call the first ordered pair x1, y1, and the second ordered pair x2, y2. So from there, you can go ahead and use slope formula. I tend to do because the formula is y2 minus y1. I'm gonna write it 34 minus 10. But you could switch them and it would still be right. If you do 10 minus 34 on the bottom, you do 0 minus 6. So I'm going to do 34 minus 10 over 6 minus 0. Any questions so far? No. So that's 24 over 6. I think I know 24 divided by 4 is 4. So now I know my m value is 4. Well, remember our goal is to write y equals mx plus b. So just like this one, we are now at y equals 4x plus b. We have to figure out what goes in the b spot. Just like we did here. So after you use slope formula, your third step is to plug in the m and the b. Right. So you're going to have to use some problem solving. Sometimes they're going to come flat out tell you b, and sometimes you're going to have to figure it out like we did in the table. Okay? Yeah. Does anybody know what b is right now? 10. 10. Good job. I wanted to say that. Because of the zeros. Listen, please remember intercepts have zeros. So the fact that they gave us this ordered pair 0, 10, they gave you the y-intercept. You have to understand that that's a y-intercept. Just think about the point 0, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The point 0, 10 is right there on the y-axis, the y-intercept. So here's your equation. And that's it, folks. That's it for notes today. You guys can silently work on Big Ideas Math. So, hey, we don't need to start talking. You have to get off task and then get to no, stop talking. Let's do 10 minutes of silence, and I will put an assignment up for early finishers. Some of you might finish earlier. I got you guys. Don't be quiet. We're not talking. We're not talking. Vladimir, you're good to go? Go to Big Ideas Math.
I'm going there, miss.
Be quiet. David? No, not right now. You should do this right now. Go to Big Ideas Math and work on what I just showed you how to work on. No. Lots of people have questions. Nathan. On Big Ideas Math, today's assignment? What's it on? Did I assign that to you? That's an algebra 2 assignment. Let me get in there. Yeah, that's not algebra 1. Alright, you done talking? Nobody's talking? James?
Do you supposed to write the full thing or just
Does it say f of x equals or y equals?
it said f of x.
So So don't write the y equals part. You would just write the 4x plus 10. Okay? Okay, Riley. No, I think you should work on this right now so that when I do go over a question, no, on big ideas, it's called 4.1 part 2. Yeah, work on big ideas math 4.1 part 2. Now, has anybody found big ideas chapter 4.1 part 2? That's on there. Okay. That's what you should be working on. The whole class is going to work on the same assignment. After you've had a chance to read it and try it for a few minutes quietly, I will start taking questions, but we really need to go back to practicing silence. You should do part 2 right now. I just showed how to do it. I just put the steps up. You should start with that one.